Welcome. I'm just about to put some toner on. I just got done doing my exfoliation treatment with the Mary Kay exfoliation line. So I also am going to put on a pore minimizer before we start. Remember guys, like, share, subscribe to the channel. Support my Instagram page. Like, share, comment there as well. Um, I have the same name on all platforms except for my my regular name. That's about it. But everything else is at is he underscore a she. Because you know I have the versatility to make myself transform. That's one reason why I chose the name I chose. But we're not going to get into that today. I want to get into some makeup. So I just added that toner. That was a milk toner, guys. I got that one from Dollar Tree. So it's very cost effective. Next thing we're going to do is put a little bit of pore minimizer on. So I'm going to show you guys what that looks like. So this is the pore minimizer set that I used this morning. I already did the Microdermabrasion refining scrub. And now I'm going to put on this pore minimizing serum from Mary Kay. I love this when I'm about to do a makeup look. It helps me with those bigger pores, and it looks like a white cream with like a pink pearl essence, you know what I mean? And you want to put this on your fingertips like this, and you want to rub in and up so you can cover those pores, and it causes them to shrink and become invisible. And you only need 2 pumps. It spreads easy, and you cannot use this as a moisturizer. It does not moisturize the skin as good as your daily moisturizer would. So I would not use this to like moisturize and skip my SPF. No. This is just a step to give you that more porcelain skin texture and to have your pores intact. If you don't have a pore problem, you can just skip that part. But I have bigger pores here that I love to try to minimize if I can, you know what I mean? And it works from what I've been seeing, and I love it. So next I'm going to go in with a moisturizer and a SPF, then primer. So let's get that on the road. I'm so glad you guys are here, and I need to prime my lips, so I'm going to also grab a lip oil. So first I'm going to go in with my e.l.f. Plumping Global Reviving Lip Oil. And this is just to moisturize my lips, but this also is a plumping gloss, so it will give the appearance of a fuller lip if I do want to do something with my lips. But for now, we're just going to add that, and this is in the color Apricot Feelings, and it's really pretty. As you can see, I love this. It has like a little shimmer to it, not too much glow, so it's like good for everyday wear. Next, I'm going to go in with my eye cream just to have a little bit of hydration under the eyes, and I like to apply this with my pinky, so I just go right in and I tap that under there where I need that hydration, and it absorbs so quickly, as you can see. And then I do the same thing on this side and just tap and rub with my pinky. You want to do this with your most softest finger you have, and I would say mine is my pinky because it's really soft. Alright, yeah, while that's drying down, I'm going to grab my moisturizer. That was the eye cream from Good Molecules. If you haven't tried this, you should give it a try. It's good for bags and like hydrating the under eye area. So next I'm gonna do my moisturizer. This moisturizer is really good. This is the Neutrogena moisturizer that I like to use. So first I'm just going to grab my spatula because I like to use a spatula when I'm using this one. So I'll use too much if I don't use a spatula. I'm just gonna go in with that much. And I'm going to spread it to this side. And this helps to plump up the skin. And I like to use a generous amount. And it absorbs quickly. This is my favorite moisturizer to wear under makeup. As you can see, it is so hydrating. I like to get it up here as well. This is the water gel from Neutrogena. You want to come down your neck with that as well. And just massaging. And give the face a lift, a nice lift. That feels so good. That is amazing. I love that. Love the feel of it too. It feels like a refreshing bit of water and jelly. That's the best way I can feel. You know what I mean? Like it really does its job. I like that about it a lot. So I have put a lot of people on with that one. The next thing is this good guy here. This is the Good Molecules sunscreen, SPF 30, sheer mineral, broad spectrum 30. So this is one of my favorite SPFs because it's more like a fluid, you know. So I love this one. It does leave a minimal white cast, but that's okay because we're going to put foundation on over top of this. I like to just go in and apply this everywhere like that, bringing it into the skin so we can have a nice plumped canvas. And my smile lines are my problem area. I don't know what yours is, but yeah, you can see right here I have like a natural creasing, right? It doesn't bother me any, but if I don't moisturize really good, it will look weird, you know what I mean? So I have to give my moisturizer time to lay down and everything like that. And that Neutrogena really helps that area to plump up how I like it to do. So that's why I say I can't skip that Neutrogena. It's the best. So that's amazing. And the skin's feeling amazing, ready for products. So let's go into our primer. I know it's very important for me to use a primer, but you should use a primer because it helps with longevity, okay? So the one I'm going to go in first is the e.l.f. Mineral Infused Face Primer. I like this one because I have larger pores, like I said, and this like fills those in and gives me like a smooth base, and it comes out like that. So let me get all of that goodness. This is really good. It's clear. It doesn't really show up under foundation, but you just swipe it over your bigger pores like that area and it blurs them. And then I like to put it here as well. This is my favorite primer from e.l.f. Because it matches all the skin concerns I have, and it does an amazing job. So I like to put that on my smile lines as well. And it's like a filler. It acts like a filler. And it's just clear and so nice to put on the skin. So I'll press that into the skin really softly, making sure that it's laid down as flat as possible. because like I said, it works as a filler. So if you leave it bumped up, it'll look bumped up. You know what I mean? Because it will look like a piece of clear gel. You know what I mean? You have to rub it down. You have to pat it in to where you need it. And as you can see, I have that filling and that blurring that I wanted. So that's amazing. Now let's go into setting this primer. I think it's very important to set your primer if you are looking for a longer lasting makeup application. So I'll set around here, not so much in the middle of my face, but I do set around in my like this area in my forehead, but I don't touch the middle of my face. So let's get our setting powder. Now I'm going to apply some of the Laura Mercier powder. This is one of my favorite powders to use. So I'm just going to open that and pour some of this in the cap so I don't make a mess. Just enough. And then I'm going to use one of my powder brushes, one of my good powder brushes, to dip into that powder until I get it evenly coated around. I like to rub this on my hand as well, like this, so I can get an even coat in there. And then I'll go on my face and I'll start setting there, exactly where I need that powder to lay on top of that primer. I'll set here, making sure everything is nice and blurred, brushing down. And this powder is really good for this, and I swirl it in my hand and then I press it in and I put it in the areas I need it. This really works and is a trick that I use often to blur anything and set my primer before applying my foundation base, and that's how I do that. So that's all you need, really. I'm just gonna add a little bit to the top of my lips where I put that primer at in my smile lines. You want to set that right, and it should be looking something like this. It should look like this. And as you can see, everything is flat and pretty amazing. So I really like that about this. My skin looks really good. I really like that. So that's really amazing. Let's get into some products. So first I want to do a bit of underpainting. I'm going to use my bronzing stick from the brand Black Radiance, and I like to use this brush for this, and I just go in and tap on that color, and that color is so creamy, it just comes on to the brush really nicely. So be careful with that. It's easy, as you can see, like that. And I like to bronze here. I like to bronze here to add a little bit of depth and color to bring everything together and clean up this part of my face to make it look cohesive. And this is going to help under the foundation to bring my color out, because I don't ever get the right foundation. I always have to tweak it. I haven't found my perfect shade yet, but hey, I'm still trying. Don't give up. And I like to bronze on these parts here, get this a little darker, add a little depth here. And this really works for me, and I'll blend that out as well. You can just make it as sure as you want it to be, and it's really pretty. And I like to bring this up to my cheeks, right about there, and make sure I'm just bringing that true color in. And I want to hide some of my hair particles as well, you know what I mean? So I like to put this darker color down first. so we can hide all of that. Anyway. That looks flawless, as I must say myself. That looks amazing. Next, I'm going to add this Nicka K concealer in the color is called Lion. This is their HD full coverage concealer. I like to put this here. This one is like a good concealer for my skin color, but I still have to tweak it a bit with that under color, so I can have that like perfect match kind of. But this color is amazing for my skin complexion and really helps with the blemishes as well. So I just like paint it where I need it at the most part, and then I'll go in with my complexion brush. This is one of my good complexion brushes I like to use when I'm stippling here, and I'll just go right on top of that concealer really lightly with that stippling motion, and I'll cover my blemishes and also tie that foundation together a little more so it can look seamless like that. And as you can see, this concealer is very light. It's not heavy at all, so it doesn't really need a lot of working into the skin. You don't really have to let it dry down or anything like that, but you get that good coverage. You get that good coverage that you need for a solid base. And as you can see, it's blending in like skin, and that is amazing. It looks good. It looks amazing. This is another color that helps tie everything together, as you can see, because as a colored individual, I tend to have to mix a couple of shades. It's not like being a lighter tone, it's more depth to a brown skin tone. Like, it's just not like, you know what I mean, so flat. Our skin tones are very resilient and very bright and very spotty, so you got to take that beauty and you got to transform it and enhance it. That's all. You're not supposed to change your skin color. You don't have to change your skin color. And as you can see, this brush does its job. It does its job. It is amazing. So I'm going to take the smaller side and just pressure my smile lines and around my nose, just so I can have a seamless base. You see that? I told you that primer really works. And then you want to also press those pores with the smaller side just to make sure they're packed. I love this brush though. It really comes in clutch. It comes in clutch. This is the Kiss Pro brush. This is their version of the dual complexion brush, and I like it because it's so tight and so nicely round up. So that's amazing. And as you can see, this looks amazing. The next thing I'm going to do is sculpt my face with the Bodyography Sculpting Palette, which I had panned on already because I love this color. This is my favorite part to sculpt my nose with. I already did my nose concealer off of camera because I have to hurry up. I have to get ready. So I'm going to just carve this nose out. And as you can see, that concealer looks amazing. It really looks amazing. So now I have to bronze my forehead, you guys. So I like to bronze my forehead because it's small. And I want it to look darker. So it looks a little bit bigger, I guess. But my forehead is a little smaller than the usual, right? So I want to sculpt also here, because this is a lovely sculpting color. And if you happen to be at Nordstrom's, try to get one of these. Right? And this is today's look. I hope you guys enjoyed the more natural look with me. I love you guys. Take care of yourselves. Bye.